and Sync 366 video series. I am so honored to be here. Today, we're going to be talking about just another practice of the Being in Sync 366 video series. This is a series where we align to the natural laws of one. Those are the natural laws that govern all patterns. Physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual alignment. Patterns are always running. Hello! Good to see you, Michelle. So happy to see you here. Those are the physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual patterns that govern all energy fields. And a lot of people don't understand the principles, but I'm here to share my experience. Hello, South African boys. Hello, hello. Good to see you. I'm feeling good today. All right, I love it. Anything special happen, South African boys, that's brought this exuberance into you? I love reading that. So we'll just wait 5 minutes as always, and then we'll start the content. Today's content is about experience over avoidance. And let me ask a poll question. So yesterday I did Q&A, but today I'm going to go back to the poll. So I'm going to go quiet here for a moment. Here we go. I'm just going to experience. So I don't know if I'm asking this question proper, but let's see how it goes. Hello, 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 everybody. Got back from an awesome party. Excellent. I love parties that are good parties. You know when you go into a party and you're just like, this party is not a good party. And you're like, this is a bad vibe. I gotta go. I've gone to more of those than the other. But anyways, I'm not much of a socializer. I'm more of an observer of the partiers than I am the party person. Today I had a tea party. That's my birthday celebration. I had a tea party, my first tea party ever. It was virtual and it was exceptional. That was my birthday gift to myself. I love my tea parties. And Flippy Dippy, we don't do ditty parties here. You're on the wrong channel, okay? Oh, culture. When I'm doing the voice to text on the poll, it always goes off. Hey, Jono. Thank you so much, Thank you. I'm just here for a short little video today about have a party. Was awesome. I went with my brother and my girlfriend. Excellent. Good for you. I could sense it in your writing that you're feeling good. And that's what we're talking about today. Really awareness of experiences over avoidance. So good for you for having a great experience. Hello, welcome in, welcome in. No, Diddy, I don't want to go to your parties. These bots are actually insane on here. Okay, y'all. But we're all about the natural laws here. We're all about putting application into our life. Theoretical application, but this is really how energy runs, right? Energy runs in patterns, and those patterns run physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. My name's Kiana Sage, and I do these videos every day for the Being in Sync 366 video series. And today we're talking about experience over avoidance. And so I'm going to share with you, hey Eric, good to see you here. Everybody's joining in, I love it. I still have a little bit of a cough, but I can speak. So today I wanted to talk about something that's come up as a pattern for the last, let me say, 4 days with various conversations. And I wanted to bring it up here because it seems to be up and alive for most people. I'm just going to delete Mr. Diddy here because he's clearly in the wrong room. Okay. Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, same thing. Okay. So the topic is experiences over avoidance. And as I was saying, I've had a couple experiences this last week in which is a pattern. So it's one thing if it comes up one day and then it comes up later in the afternoon and then the next day it comes up again. And it's part of this. So it's an awareness that I have when, once it's okay, 2, it's a pattern, 3, it's like, okay, this is awareness that is worthy of a video, because it's happening all over. So there are so many people that start their lives through obligation, through their ideas of what they think their life should be, through their family obligations, let's just say. And let's just say that I had this client who's a doctor, okay? And this doctor went to medical school. He did all the things he was supposed to do, had medical school, then married another doctor, then they had children, and then they still were working. And they worked so much that they missed their children's lives. And now that they're older and they're close to retirement, they have this opportunity. Hey, Mick, good to see you. Good to see you. Now that they're older, they see that they went to school and did the things out of avoidance, and not so much because they are willing to have the vulnerable experience of being present. Of when you have children, the children are there to be raised, to be parented, to be nurtured, to be loved. And that is an experience. And that is an experience that not everybody gets to have. If you are afforded that opportunity to have children, often what's happening is condition, programming, education, ideas, all these things that are experienced outside of you that promote avoidance, like the hustle. Like I have to have more presents for my kid under the tree, that type of thing. And what I wanted to offer to you all today is an invitation to look at where might you be avoiding having the experience of a heart expansion, avoiding having an experience of true connection, avoiding having the alignment to your true purpose because you're not chasing this outside thing, right? So this avoidance keeps us in this chasing of an idea that is outside of the self. And all of the answers are always going to be found within. I'm sorry, I don't know how this guy is still on here. Okay, sorry, I had to mute Puff Daddy. So when you are noticing that you are avoiding yourself, avoiding your life circumstance, avoiding a conversation, right? And as I talk about avoidance, and oftentimes the topics that I choose to talk about on here determine how many views I get, because people cannot face themselves when they are in avoidance. And avoidance is probably one of the biggest things that keeps people from connecting to their heart. So when you question, where am I avoiding in my relationships? Where am I avoiding in my family? Where am I avoiding in my truth to myself? When you are willing to have those questions answered, you will have an experience of the self coming into alignment of the truth. And when you are in alignment to the truth, and you have your own unique truth, not all truths, a lot of people come on here in the chats and say, how do you know the truth? The truth is unique to each one of us. Through our unique soul signature, we're going to have a unique perception of the truth. So when we are willing to be vulnerable and answer to ourselves and have an experience of the truth and a willingness to express it, we will no longer need this technique and this coping mechanism called avoidance. When we are in avoidance, we are also equally avoiding our experience, our life experience, our life purpose, our abundance, our experience of ourselves. Because we're always experiencing ourselves in relationship to others. So, you want to begin to ask the question, might you be avoiding? So you can realign to, I want to have a real life experience that is about my purpose. How do you align to your purpose? You align to your purpose by asking, what am I here to experience? What am I here to do? Like South African boy said he went to a great party. We've all been to parties that weren't so fun. But he went to a great party and he enjoyed and he's feeling life. We are supposed to be in alignment with joy. We don't need to go to a party to experience joy. It just so happened that the joy of the party is expressing through South African boys. You can clearly see South African boys, you are radiating your experience and just feeling like it's good to be alive. Because you know what it's like to be faced with the alternative, which is death. And a lot of people in here are facing different kinds of death. And there are different ways in which we die. Sometimes we die because we never lived. I used to call them, when I worked in corporate work, significant a portion of my life. And I would call them the walking dead. These were people, the lights were literally turned off. They didn't do the things that fed them. They did things for money, and money is avoidance. So if you are stressed and freaking out about money, you want to look at, what am I avoiding? What do I not want to see? What am I afraid to acknowledge? Where is my truth in this situation? So, I'm curious, what do you think that you are investing more of your energy into? Experiences or avoidance? Thank you so much, Jono, for the birthday messages. I'm having a brilliant day. Oh, a rave party. Wow. I'm definitely not a raver. Although I don't mind my own music here. Eric, good to see you. Hope you're healing, my friend. I hope you're healing. Jono says, I notice avoidance in my life a lot. I really wish I would start experiencing more from now on. Okay, no offense, and I'm so happy that you're here, but the internet, YouTube's, that's not experiencing. Of course, you're having an experience, but it's a virtual experience. So look at, Jono, all the areas in your life where you're doing things virtually. And challenge yourself to connect with people physically, like in in person, because that's going to help you ground. And I think also, Jono, if you get into nature, that's going to help you significantly find more physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual balance, which is going to bring in that experience of fullness of life. Hey, Mick, I am feeling better. I am feeling better. How are you feeling? It's been a rough, I was telling my husband earlier today, like I feel like this stint of being sick was more intense with a shorter duration than the last time I got sick, which was longer and less intense. I still have a little bit of my voice going on. Jono is saying sometimes we miss the important things of life by not realizing what we have or had. Well, that's a lack of presence, right? And a lot of people lack presence because the ego mind is out of balance. So it's really, and I know I don't talk about getting the ego mind in balance a lot on here. I speak to it, but not in detail, because I really prefer to do that in person on calls. However, the ego mind really must be reined in, and it cannot be reined in without connection to the heart. So we miss the important things of life because we're listening to other people's stories. We're listening to the news. We're watching social media. We're hearing the horrible things that are happening in the world, and we're disconnected from our heart, and we've lost compassion. So Jono, find that connection within your heart. Bonjour, user 9. Hi, Mick. Thank you for your support. Culture says avoidance means null basics guide program. Is that true? I don't know what you're talking about. What's a null basic? I have no idea what you're talking about, Culture. Sounds interesting though. Thank you. I'm Ran. Okay, it looks like we have a lot of a lot of spam today. It's interesting because it changes from day to day. Jono says, that's deep. I feel a little death of not fulfilling my life with enough energy. You want to connect to the eternal light force. Nobody could do that for you. I mean, I help my clients do that by clearing patterns that are congruent to the life force. And there are many energies that exist that are inorganic. However, you can connect totally through your heart, and that will connect you with a practice to the eternal living light. Yes, I am married, y'all. Michelle is saying, I can't even believe that Diddy is trolling so much on the internet from jail. Oh, that's crazy. Michelle is saying it's both experience and avoidance at different times. Right now, there is both depending on when it is. Michelle, why would you ever want to be in avoidance? Like that's so what you're telling me, Michelle, is that you're making conscious choices to avoid or be in experience. Why would you ever choose to avoid? Why would you consciously choose to avoid? What does that serve? Because avoidance keeps you in constriction. It's not expansion. So even if you make a misstep, is better than being in avoidance. If you're talking about the lower realms of energy frequency, avoidance would be down there in the lower realms. So Michelle, this means that you are aware enough to know that you're in avoidance at times and would prefer to be in avoidance than have an experience that's maybe unpleasant. But the unpleasant experience, at least you can learn from, whereas the avoidance keeps you in the lower realms without the learning. So it's not an equal swap, because we're here to experience. We're here to have life experience. We're here to learn. We're here to grow. We're here to expand. How that learning, growing, and expansion happens is determined by your conscious choices. I hope that helps. Oh, Mick is saying he used to go to raves and DJ'd. What? What, Mick? That's awesome. Good for you. You are living big. I know my husband asked me if I would ever go. I prefer my own rave in my house, but no, I don't like to be around that many people personally. And I also think that there are a lot of inorganic energies that are pulsed into large crowds, so I prefer to not be within them. I know not everybody believes that, so you could believe whatever you want to believe, but for me, it's my preference to avoid large crowds whenever possible. Thank you, Mick, for the birthday wishes. Jono is saying, I need to increase the 3D experience. I ground myself earthing in a tree 1 hour a day after work. Ayurvedic meditation. Interesting. An hour of meditation is quite significant. Good for you. Good for you. So you want to bring balance into your heart and to go throughout your body. Physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual, as you know. And you want to balance the elements. Elements meaning earth, wind, fire, earth, wind, fire, water. How can I forget that? Oh, thank you, Mick. You noticed. I said to my husband yesterday, I was like, I feel like I have lost my glow yesterday. I felt like the lightness thank you for noticing, because I actually said that. So I said to him today, I was like, I feel like I got a little of my glisten back. Thank you so much, Mick, for noticing. You're so astute. Richard says, I'm Native American from Alaska. I've never voted and make people know anything. Interesting. What does that mean? What does that mean, Richard? I don't understand. I love that you're Native American and that you're voting, that you voiced, that you've never voted, which means that you believe that there are more potentials than what our system has actually offered us. You believe that? Spirit says that every day. If you find me boring, you don't have to stay. Ego, I believe, nearly ruined me, and I believe until this transformation started in me, I feel so thankful. Good for you, Mick. Mick, what was the awakening for you? Was it recent? It sounds like it was recent. But I'm so happy you're here and sharing and such an active participant. Jono says he does a heart meditation. Seems to be helping me after a heart break. Still a little bit physical heartache. Interesting. I find that when people have heart aches, when they focus on the heart so much, that it brings more pressure. And really the heart just needs to be in connection as you're doing everything. So you don't need to focus on the heart to heal the heart. You just need to be in connection to the heart and in connection with all. I don't know if that makes sense to you. Holy Happy Hour. Oh my gosh, what a great name. Good to see you. There are a lot of missteps. For every misstep, Michelle, there is learning. For every misstep, there is learning. Go find the learning. The learning is how the soul evolves. You can't say, oh, that was a misstep without getting the learning. Then you're missing the opportunity. You want to make the learning conscious. So all missteps are not equal. All missteps are not the same unless you're repeating a pattern of unconsciousness. So you want to bring the unconscious to the consciousness. So within the mind and the brain, they say that we're only aware of 10%. And I would say that's the average person, because I'm not average. I think I have more than just that 10%. And I think maybe you do too. But you want to have more than that 10%. The only way that you can have 10% of your conscious capacity expand is to go and get all the lessons. You know, and I'm not saying I have 100% capacity. I wish I did. I wish I could see all, know all, feel all, see it, experience it all. But that's not where I'm at. That's not this life right now. Right now, it's about learning. It's about evolving. It's about growing. It's about expansion. And you can't do that if you're just seen as a misstep. So go look at that misstep. Ask yourself, how many lessons do I have here? Feel in your heart. Intuit your answer. Now, I do this for my clients, and I'm going to do this in a special workshop next year. January, folks. January. I'm going to be doing a workshop for a very small, select group of people. Because it's going to be intimate. We're going to be learning, we're going to be growing, and we're going to be doing it at exponential rate. Because why? Because we can. Anyway, get the learning and to it. How many lessons do you need to learn from this? Okay, go get them. And you sit with that. What do I need to learn from this situation? Where am I growing? How did this make me grow? Where did it hurt the most? And you would go and you identify the lessons and you make them conscious. Hoopla, thank you. Culture, avoidance doesn't make sense of life. It really doesn't. It really doesn't. Mick is saying, there truly are. I could be in a place like that, Kiana. No way. I know. I don't know how people do it. Well, you do it because you don't know any different. You don't feel the same. When you're an empath, you feel things differently. That's it. Eric, I hope you're feeling better. Just over a year ago. Oh, Mick, good for you. Well, you are further along in the journey than I think I was at your stage. I didn't have anything like this to listen to people talk honestly. I did listen to a few channelers, but they were overtaken with entities. And I saw two very prominent public best-selling people be taken over by entities and spread those entities to their quote-unquote followers. So Mick, you know, good for you. A year in. I'm wondering what you find to be the biggest challenge. I think the biggest challenge is finding people that understand and speak your language. Hi, Zoya. Good to see you. Thank you, Eric. Yeah, Jono, right? If you focus on pain, you get more pain. You want to focus on balance. Where do I need to bring more balance? Where are my perceptions out of balance? Where's my reality out of balance? Where do I need to bring more balance into my life? The fact that you have a relationship that transitioned, that's life. That happens to all of us. What do you need to learn from that relationship, Jono? What did you learn from that relationship? Pain is a signal to teach you to come back into balance. And oftentimes, breakups are an avoiding of a pain, right? Like we stay in a relationship because we don't want to be by ourselves. But that's not the reason to be in a relationship. Hi, Martin. Good to see you. Jono is saying, I'm also learning on a spiritual journey and became more in sync, more connected with my higher self and the divine. Beautiful. Okay, HK, I have a boyfriend in the UK. Hi, nobody. Good to see you. Love seeing you here. Thank you for being here. You changed your picture. Is that a cat? I can't see. True people on a similar frequency awareness are rare. Nobody, I don't even know what that is. What is that an emoji of? Okay, y'all. So I'm going to see what you guys are saying. So 79% of you all are saying that you prefer an experience over avoidance in your daily life. So this is my follow-up question, y'all. Oh, it's a fire dragon. Oh, I did not know that. Oh, fire dragon. All right. Noted. Here is the question after that. So do you prefer experience or notice avoidance in your life? And 78% say you prefer experience. And then my follow-up question to that is, how intentional are you in your experience? How many of you make an intention every single day? And I'll do a poll if you want, but most people are not doing intentions every day, all day long. Do you, Mick, do you do intentions? Nobody, fire breathing, nobody. Salvo, oh my gosh, it's a great birthday today. Salvo's here, nobody's here, Jono's here, everybody's here. Mick, Eric, Michelle, it's been awesome. We're missing a few of the people that used to come in. Peter, there used to be so many people. Thank you so much, Salvo. Good to see you. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, Salvo, but I went to the beach today and it was 81 degrees. Hey, Marjorie, good to see you're back. 81 degrees at the beach today, folks. It was hot. Everybody was in their bathing suits. Thank you so much, nobody. So do intentions every single day. I have an intention setting to synchronicity on here for free, y'all. I highly recommend. There is no, in my estimation, aside from your connection to your heart, being intentional is the game changer in your spiritual journey. Intentional, disconnected, non-attachment from outcome. Yeah, the beach was fire today. There was nobody there. There was nobody. It was awesome. I did my silent tea ceremony this morning, which was blissful. It was beautiful. And then I did a beach walk and lunch, and it was great. I had started and I got lung infection and the rib popped out of place. So I changed my plans a bit. Yeah. You know what? Physical pain will challenge you. It will challenge you spiritually, for sure. Yeah, it's been really nice weather here. I mean, unusually warm. Like, I couldn't believe how warm it was when I got to the beach. It's so good. I just want you all to know how much I love that you all are talking to each other and supporting each other. Jono, you can't start. You have to just do it. You have to put a timer on your phone. You do it first thing in the morning. And since you want to create balance, balance is the focus. Don't focus on pain, focus on the balance. Creating balance throughout physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. Then you want to look at where are you needing to create more balance in your life. And then you want to set your phone with a timer for intention setting. It's a game changer. Spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, if you become intentional, it will change your life. Change your life for the better. Now, the reason why I created the intention setting for synchronicity is because back when I created the program, I think I made that almost 10 years ago. There was nobody talking about intention setting, and I couldn't believe that there wasn't anything to teach people how to do intention setting. It's so fundamental and it's so important, and yet so many people don't understand how powerful intention is. So please go check it out. You don't want to it's a program that builds, Jono. Go check it out. You'll enjoy it. Mick, yeah, the beach was really phenomenal. Marjorie is saying, fantastic that you had time on the beach today. My husband plowed the driveway. You're in Canada, northern Canada. I've had so many clients in Canada. That's amazing. Well, where in Canada are you? Where's northern Canada? That's not Calgary, is it? I used to have a lot of clients, executives in the oil industry before that tanked. Nobody's sending positive thoughts and vibes to you, Mick. Yes, I love that, nobody. Yes. Send some of that dragon fire. Move that energy through that plasmic light for Mick. What does good intention sound like? Go watch the course. It's not about a good intention or a bad intention, because that's ego. What you want is an intention that is grounded in your heart and the experience that you want to have and to be present to. And it's total non-attachment. And I do a 7-day practice so you can get really proficient in your intentions. Because if you don't have a good practice of intention setting, you're really kind of floundering in your spiritual journey, in my estimation. Martin says, yes, good for you, Kiana. I like that you're happy about today and the beach. Thanks, Martin. Very nice. All right, Mick is receiving nobody. I love it. Hi, Mike. Good to see you. BG Squad. Dare I ask Mike what BG stands for? Dare I? Oh, Ontario. Okay. Nice. I don't think I've ever been to that island. Mantoclin. I don't even know how to say that. So I don't even want to bother you with my French. My husband was wearing a Quebec, how do you say that? I'm messing it up already. But it was a French saying, Quebecer. saying on a shirt the other day, and I tried to laugh at me speaking French. Quebecois, I think they say. I don't know. I'm not very good at it. Okay, Jono, let me know what you think. And after every class, let me know what your takeaway is. Yeah, Marjorie, isn't it like magic? Intentions are like magic. When you are in alignment, it feels like magic. But what it really is alignment. And that's how alignment begins to repattern dysfunction, is through your conscious intention. And I think that's kind of where most people miss it, because they're still really attached to outcomes. But once you become proficient, you start to see the synchronicities in all of life. It's so beautiful. Okay, somebody here loves ego. Well, hey, we all have one. The title of the video is a series, Mick, and it's called Intention Setting to Synchronicity. Please do. It's a 7-day practice, and it builds. So you can build the practice, because once you become proficient, life changes. And it's like I'm intentional in everything I do. I do not start a session without having a very clear intention. I never meditate without having a very clear intention. I do not go to sleep without having a very clear intention. I don't even get out of the bed without a very clear intention. When I'm brushing my teeth, I am present. Like, it brings you to the present moment. Like, it's beautiful. It's a practice. It is a practice of alignment. It doesn't mean everything goes perfectly, and it doesn't mean you won't have challenges. It just means that you are consciously choosing always. My daily intention for the past week, I suppose, has been healing. I've been very focused on staying positive. Okay, good for you. Healing is a good thing. It's very general, but it's very good. May we all have healing. Marjorie, I'm glad you got a chuckle. Oh, interesting. Nobody does Reiki. I've never done Reiki. Oh, beautiful. Nobody. I didn't know you were a Reiki person. And now he has ringing in his ear. Interesting. Okay, Jono. Jono, where do you live? Awesome, Mick. All right, you all. Well, it's been just about 45 minutes. I just wanted to jump on here to talk about this important. Oh, you're in the UK. All right. Where in the UK? Is the UK is London, England? Yes. Lots going on there energetically. Farren is in Ireland. Beautiful. Nobody. Thank you, Nobody, for being so, oh, you guys are awesome. I love it. Well, that's a great way to leave off. Nobody, just being so giving and compassionate, and Mick being equally giving and compassionate and receiving. All energy needs a receiver and a giver, and it's in the exchange that we all benefit in balance and harmony and alignment with the law of one. And I'm so glad that you all are here today. Thank you so much for the birthday wishes. Thank you for being you. Thank you for making this an amazing year. I'll be back tomorrow for another video on the Being in Sync 366 video challenge. It's not a challenge. Actually, it feels like a challenge at times, but today wasn't a challenge. I don't know what the topic will be tomorrow, but I will be here. Thank you so much, y'all. Have a great day. Thank you, Michelle. See you all tomorrow. Have a great one.